episode number 2. You ready? Okay.
So.
1, 2, 3. Welcome to the Hey Brah. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? Again?
Sorry.
This happened last time. Dude. Okay, I'm just...
Hey guys, we're back. Ryan kicked my ass because I didn't do it too good getting us open for the podcast. But welcome to the Hey Brah podcast. This is our second episode.
And today we're cheersing because we just finished our first episode and we're recording this shortly after our first episode. Yes.
And if you heard that clink, that was real alcohol.
That was real alcohol.
We're real men and we drink alcohol.
We're real men, but at the same time, we were just talking about how we don't like to drink that much.
Yeah, alcohol is actually disgusting.
Yeah, and that's kind of funny. We're drinking hard black cherry lemonade from Mike's, the pinnacle of sissy drinks that people that don't like to drink. Yes. Which, hey, I'm that's who I am. When we go out to like a bar or something, my girlfriend she'll get the beer, like the hard IPAs and whatever, or she'll get whatever hard stuff. I'll get like the strawberry daiquiris and like the girly drinks, quote unquote, as some have said. And I'm proud of it. I am in no way ashamed of the drinks of my choice. But at the same time, I don't really drink that much, and like I'm not that concerned about it. It's not like we were saying. I don't understand how like people just want to casually just sit and have a beer or two or three, like just sit on the couch and just do nothing, watch TV and just have a beer. It's like I get if you're with friends or something, that's different, totally different. But like if you're just sitting on the couch, like time to watch some Jeopardy and then crack open a cold one and just watch some Jeopardy. What is
Jeopardy?
The Eiffel Tower. Yeah, exactly. And watch some Jeopardy. That's what they all want to do. Drink a beer and watch some Jeopardy. That's the ideal customer base for Jeopardy. But that's the thing is like I just don't understand it, and neither of us do. I don't think it just doesn't make any sense to us because we're just so not concerned about drinking. Like, we'll drink if people want us to drink, or like for celebratory reasons, like right now. But overall, we don't really care. But I don't understand how. This is probably gonna sound bad. I probably shouldn't say this, but I mean, I understand. Don't get me wrong. Like I totally get that it's a real problem, but I don't understand how people can be alcoholics because. Like
you're bringing some controversy.
I know, and I'm not saying like alcoholics are not valid because they are, and they have real problems. It's a mental issue, like it's like an illness, and I know, and I just don't see the pleasure in doing it that much. Like I don't like getting drunk that often because it's like I don't need to be drunk. I don't want to be drunk. It's whatever. It's not that important. So I mean, I get to some people like they have real issues they're trying to escape, but it's like I don't. Just to drink every day and get drunk every day and need to do that, I can't even imagine. I can only imagine how hard it would be. I don't know, maybe that's too deep for the beginning of a podcast. I don't know, but I feel bad for those that are suffer from that. But I don't know. I know that me and you probably will never face that problem. I guess.
But like on a casual standpoint with drinking, beer is disgusting to me. And I don't care if anybody who knows me is listening to this. I don't like beer.
He said it. Again, you heard it here first. There's a lot of heard it here first in this podcast because we just like to speak our minds.
Yeah, we don't care who hears.
We don't care who's listening. Yeah, there's he doesn't like beer, that's for sure. I don't like beer either. I like stouts, like Guinness. That's the only thing I like that's beer wise. And I made him try one. And he really didn't like it, and that's okay. It's a really strong beer though, and I'm surprised that's the only one I like because it's stronger than almost every other kind of beer. But
I'm just a pussy when it comes to alcohol. If I'm drinking, the only times I've ever drank and gotten drunk on like anything that's a mixed drink with vodka because
dude, vodka will mess you up. It'll get you. It'll get you. Although I've been getting, whenever I do drink, sometimes like if we're sitting outside enjoying the sun with my family or with you guys, if we all hang out, I'll drink margaritas, pre-mixed margaritas, and
those whatever you made last time.
They're pretty good.
Very
delicious. They're pretty good because they're not too strong. No, that's the thing is they're very sweet, so they're doable.
Get the kick of the alcohol.
Exactly, so and then I put spicy stuff in there, so I love spicy drinks and margaritas especially. And so I love those. Excuse me. And so I love margaritas, and those I will drink those if somebody else is having a drink, I'll say, yeah, give me a margarita because those actually taste good. I don't drink it for the alcohol. I just drink it because it tastes good. Like if you gave me a non-alcoholic margarita, I'd say, yeah, give it to me. Yeah. It tastes good. Throw a little bit of tahini in there. I'm all for it. I don't need the alcohol. I just want the flavor. It's so good.
I partially blame, but thank your girlfriend for my lack of enjoyment in alcohol, because the very first time I ever took a swig of alcohol, I'm gonna admit it was illegally underage. I will say
it was. How you weren't 21?
I didn't know. I don't know how to. I'm ashamed.
You told me you were 21. I was. It doesn't stand up in court. You said you were.
This 21. Was the past. This is different.
No, you said.
But, no, it's fine. But
I won't go down for this.
No, I will not. And if I go down, you're going down with me.
No, I won't. I won't fall. I won't fall for this. You lied.
But it was on the eve of Thanksgiving. You remember you were there.
I did.
Yes.
I may have been there. Yes.
You're allegedly.
I allegedly was there. Allegedly, I was there. I can neither confirm nor deny it at this time.
We'll
without my lawyer present.
It was under safe conditions, so nobody needs.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
So although it was bad, it's okay. We were being very good and safe about it.
I can neither confirm nor deny that either.
But my first instance, or my first encounter with alcohol.
What year was this? I'm trying to think. So was it, how many years ago was it?
I think it would have had to been our junior year.
Junior
or senior.
Of high school?
Yeah.
Yeah. It probably would have been, well, if it was with Bailey, it was probably senior year then. Yeah.
So I remember it was that Thanksgiving
Eve. Yeah.
And it was her. I remember she told me that she was gonna bring vodka, and is like, I'm not gonna force you to drink it, but you need to try some. And once she brought it out, she's like, you're gonna drink this. And basically force fed me.
I remember that totally. I totally remember that because she was like, you're gonna have fun tonight, and I don't care what you say, you're gonna have fun. No, man,
please.
You're like, please don't do it. I don't want it. No more vodka, please. Yeah.
And then after that, it was just a deep spiral with me and vodka, because every time I've ever been drinking since, vodka is involved, and I hate it. Absolutely hate it. And that's kind of ruined alcohol.
Yeah, that is a bummer. I mean, for you, like you said, you don't really care, so it's not actually a bummer. But like, it is a bummer, I guess, in a way. I'm kind of that way too. That's how I am with certain types of vodka, like Blue UV, for example. Had one too many bad experiences with it, and I will never drink that again. I can say that for sure. I have a few things like that, food and drink wise, where I either had it too many times, or I got sick after eating it or drinking it, or whatever. And even the thought of it, like as I'm saying this right now, I'm thinking of the thing I'm thinking of, and it's making me kind of queasy and sick.
What are the foods that do that to you?
It's one food in particular, and it's a very specific type of food that you can only get at one place in one area. So back when I had surgery on my neck, I was 14, so it would have been about 7 years ago now, or almost 8. I had Cookie Monster ice cream, blue colored ice cream with Oreos and cookie dough in it. You know, a 14-year-old's dream. Best ice cream. It was good. It was great. So you know how they say, like, when you get stuff down with your throat, the best part is you get all the ice cream you could ever eat.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I had all the ice cream I could ever eat and then some. And I had probably a quart. Wait, which one's bigger, a pint or a quart?
I don't know. I think a quart.
I think a quart is bigger. And I had almost an entire quart in like 2 days.
Jesus.
Because I was just sitting there and my throat hurt. And I just ate ice cream. I just ate that ice cream over and over. Yeah, I didn't actually get sick. I didn't throw it up or anything. But I just, like, right as I'm talking about it, I can picture it in my head. And I can smell it kind of. And it makes me sick. It makes me, like, I will never, ever. You could almost not pay me enough to eat that again. I would eat it for enough money. But I don't remember the place, but I'm sure if people live in Rochester or knew of Rochester, you'd know what place it is. I think it's like a chain there, but it's Cookie Monster blue ice cream with cookie dough and Oreo. And it is, I will never eat it again. I'll just say that much.
I have an experience with that, but it's not as enjoyable.
Not as enjoyable?
It's just, I can never eat Planters peanuts again. But
why? That's so weird.
Do you know the ones that have like the salt on it, like the thick, kind of like there's like a coating on it. I don't know if it's not like candied peanuts, but it's just
yes.
Just,
yep.
I ate way too many of those once at my grandma's house. I remember this very vividly.
Oh God.
Threw up in the living room.
Oh, in the living room?
Yeah. Never. I can never eat peanuts by themselves again. I can eat peanuts like in their shell, but I have to eat them in the shell. Yeah, I eat peanuts.
But you have to eat the shell?
Yes.
You eat the whole shell?
That's the only way I can eat peanuts.
Oh my God. Oh, so you like Five Guys then? You eat the shell of the peanut there when you go there?
Yep.
Oh man. You are the first person I've ever met that actually eats the shell. I know you can't eat it, so I'm not saying it like you can't. But you are the first person I think I've ever met that can eat, that wants to and does eat the shell.
It's the only way to eat them.
The only way to eat them? Oh,
You get all the salt.
Well, no, but I know.
That's where the flavor
but
comes from.
I suck the salt off. Like when I'm at like a baseball game, I'll like suck the salt off and then break it open and eat the peanuts. I don't want to eat the shell.
See, I pretend to do that. I'll be like, I'm just sucking it off.
And you're like, and you crunch it down.
I'm sucking off the peanut.
I'm just sucking off the peanut.
Yeah,
and then
all.
you
suck it off
while you're sucking it, you're just slowly chewing it, and you're like slowly.
Like I'll bite into it, like
it's salty, all right. And then you can just hear a crunch,
yeah.
And you're like, what's going on? Why are you?
I used to do the same thing with sunflower seeds too.
You eat the shell of the sunflower seed too?
I don't eat the shell. I'll chew on it.
Oh, you'll chew on it
and like spit all the shards out because I've learned you can't eat the shells.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of they're not really malleable. They're pretty stiff, I guess.
From
is the
experience,
word. It's not good.
A good treat.
It's not the way to do it. No. Yeah. No, I don't. I think I tried to eat a. Oh wait, okay, no. I think I can top you with that. I used to, and I still would if you gave it to me. I don't have this type anymore, but I used to eat the gum with the wrapper on.
What the fuck?
I've done that before.
You were saying I was disgusting for eating.
I know. I just thought about that. I just remembered. That's
way worse.
It's not like the whole time you were saying this, I was like, oh, I've been eating gum, but you're way worse. No, I just thought about this now, but. Yeah, like with the foil wrapper. Like the foil. What? Yeah.
You looked at me in my face. The look on your eyes was like,
it was pure. It was
somebody
pure, like,
take him out back and shoot him.
It was bewilderment. I was like, this kid is fucked up. But then as soon as I thought about that, I was like, oh, well, I'm actually just as bad.
At least the shells are edible. You're eating aluminum foil.
Foil feels good on my teeth. It feels good. It's like. I'm weird when it comes to eating stuff. I like weird textures in my foods.
Like what kind of texture?
So pancakes. I can give you like 4 right now. Pancakes. Number 1. I like them raw in the middle but cooked in the outside. So I like to have like dough, like batter on the inside.
What?
And so I'll get the pan nice and warm so it'll cook the outside, but then the middle is still underdone. And I put chocolate chips in it too. So it's like a chocolate chip dough thing. It's really good. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot. You probably won't like it, but I do. I eat macaroni and cheese, boxed macaroni and cheese. This is just the only time I do this, but the shapes is my favorite because of the texture, and I undercook them a lot.
So see, that's normal. That's a normal
like
thing.
Really undercooked. Not like they're kind of like not like they're like, but they're pretty hard.
See, like that's not.
But I also do that with all pasta.
But that's like
normal?
a normal
is
Italian
that normal
thing. What is it?
To undercook it completely? Like it's like I barely cook it. If it was my way, it would be crunchy.
There's a word for it. I need to find.
Okay, so I have pasta and pizza, or not pizza, pasta and pancakes are my 2 main ones, and I know there's another one. Gum, I guess, is one where I eat with the wrapper on. I mean, I don't know if I don't really eat it and swallow it usually. I think I have once or twice because I was a kid. It was not like I do it yesterday. I didn't do it yesterday. I did it when I was like 10 to 12. But it felt good on my teeth. What can I say? It felt good. Oh, okay. Here's one more. So when I have smoothies, I put so much stuff into my smoothies, like flax seeds, oats, just anything I can to give it texture. They're good. They're good for you. But to give it like texture, I want it to be like gristly. Like I have to chew my smoothie when I'm done, because I don't want it to be like icy thick, but I want it to be like with lots of texture in it. Does that make sense?
I guess so.
I don't know. I'm weird with texture stuff. I have really weird, a strange palate when it comes to texture. And I can eat almost anything texture-wise I'm down for. The only thing that I've ever eaten that I can think of off the top, I'm sure there's more things, but the only thing I've ever eaten off the top of my head that I had to stop eating for 2 reasons. One was the texture, and that was black pudding.
Oh.
Do you know what that is?
Isn't it like blood?
Yeah. It's pig's blood. It's like 80% pig's blood, 20% oats.
No,
It actually tasted great.
Oh.
But the texture was one. It was like sausage, but like crumbly, and it was not cohesive. So that was one.
No.
The texture was nasty, and the thought of it, I couldn't get past it. That was like another thing where it made me sick to eat it because I was like, I'm just eating blood. Yeah. I'm eating blood with a little bit of oatmeal in there. That's gross. I mean, like, oatmeal. I'm all for using all the animal. Like, that's great, and I'm glad that they're able to make that with the blood of the pig. But it's a no from me, dog. I tried it, and it tasted great. But I couldn't stomach it. My brain said no. Yeah. And I could not continue. I tried. I really did. I went to England. I tried it 3 times, and it tasted good all 3 times, but I couldn't do it.
I'm proud of you for trying.
Thank you. I tried. I did my best. So what'd you find? Is there a word for it?
It is called al dente. I knew that's what it was. Al dente.
That's true. Okay, that's a pretty common term. Yeah, that is pretty common.
So it's not as strange.
That's true. It's pretty common. Yeah, that's true. Is al dente like really underdone though, or is it just kind of underdone?
I think where there's kind of a solid chew into
like especially like is it crunch. When you eat like bow tie, for example, and there's like the middle is kind of a little hard. That's like probably al dente.
You're just taking al dente to the max.
I take it. It's like thing. I'm like all dente instead of al dente. It's al dente.
That was funny.
Yeah.
That was
Thanks. Thank you.
There.
That was whatever. How long we've been doing this in the making? 10, 15 minutes in the making. That joke was. But no, yeah, I eat all my pastas. If it was just me eating it, I would basically like macaroni. Let's just take macaroni. It's easy. Everyone knows how boxed mac and cheese works. Let's say it needs to boil for 8 minutes. I would boil it for 2. So it's basically crunchy out of the box. It just has a little bit of water in there to soften up, so it doesn't actually break my teeth when I eat it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll eat raw noodles.
I will too. Me too.
It's the best part.
It's so good. It's so good. And also, I love eating. Like I'm a glutton for just plain noodles when there's supposed to be sauce on it. Yeah. Like when I know that there's red sauce to have, I'm just like, give me the plain pasta.
I'll just eat
but when I have normal plain pasta, I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. But for whatever reason, my brain, it's like when there is a red sauce or a white sauce or mac and cheese or whatever, the plain pasta, I just want to eat it all up. I'm like, oh my God, give it to me plain. Nothing like no butter, nothing. Just eat it up right out of the pan. I eat so much. Like the other day, I was just, every time I go back inside, my mom was going to make like a pasta salad. And the pasta was sitting there cooling, and every time I was like, oh, I'll take one bite. And I probably ended up having like 8 to 10 bites of like big bites of pasta by the time I was done, because it was just so good. And I don't know what it is about it, but I just can't help it. I just want plain pasta. When I know it's going to go in something else, my brain wants me to have it plain. I don't know. It's a phenomenon.
Is there any foods that like have a stigma to them? Like, why do people like this? Or it's like nobody likes this. Is disgusting that you enjoy?
That's interesting. Do you have one? Because I'll have to think about it. You go first. I'll have to think about it.
Mine is instant ramen.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
People are like, how do you eat? How do people eat this? They're like,
yeah.
I don't see the problem. It's good.
I mean, I think it's fine. Yeah, it's not bad. It's delicious. I have instant ramen. Yeah, I dig it.
I had 2 bowls of it today because
nice.
One, there wasn't anything else to eat, so you have to.
It's number one.
Last resort.
Yep. That's kind of where ramen really shines. That's kind of like its preferred way to be eaten is when there's nothing else to be eaten.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's probably the only way it should be eaten.
Yeah, probably because it's really bad for you. But who cares?
It's fine.
It's just ramen. Yeah. I had this ramen the other day. So the same friends that I talked about in the previous podcast on PlayStation, we all Amazon ordered this super spicy ramen.
Oh, no.
We all ordered them, so we all had it. There's like 6 of us, and we all made it. And oh God, I mean, I'm just gonna describe this in as much detail as I can. So the noodles are about twice as big as the ramen, as normal ramen noodles. So they're really thick.
I love.
So I do too. Yeah, that was good. That was great. So they were thick, and so they cooked pretty quickly because they were already kind of soft because of how big they were. So they cooked pretty quick, but it comes with 2 packs of seasoning. One's like the sauce, the spicy sauce, and the other is like the seasoning that goes on top. And so you do the usual ramen stuff where you pour the water out and everything. You put the sauce on top, and it's like oil. It comes out. It's as thick as blood or oil, and it's dark red. Dark red. I mean, darker than a hard black cherry lemonade from Mike's. So if you know what those look like, it's darker than that. It's dark red, and it smells very strong. So that was like right when I got it out of the packet. It was just thick, dark, and strong. You mix it with the noodles, and ooh boy, I had a white bowl, and by the time I was done with the bowl, it was stained red, and I had to scrub it to get the red out. So I started eating it, and whoa, it was spicy. Like I like spicy stuff a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like I love spicy stuff. I'll eat it all the time. I started crying. Not like bawling, but like my eyes really teared up and I could barely see. Oh man. Cuz that's how spicy it was. And it was, my mouth hurt. I drank milk for the first time in 4 years. It's kind of that was a moment of shame. Yeah, that was a moment of shame. Because I was like, you were defeated. I know because I was like, I cut out milk. I used to drink milk 2 or 3 times a day, full glasses. I used to drink it all the time. Then I cut it for pure health reasons because it's just not good to drink that much milk. Yeah. And so I just drink water now. But doing that made it helped the spiciness, of course. But I just felt like I was a failure. Yeah. It felt like I let myself down. But at the same time, I didn't because I tried something new. Tried the spicy ramen. But it just felt a shame to be drinking the milk. Yeah. But I needed it. It was really spicy. I mean, compared to a ghost pepper, it wasn't spicy at all. But compared to a jalapeno, it was probably like 5 or 6 times spicier than just eating a jalapeno straight, like just taking a bite out of a jalapeno. It was spicy. And then imagine the thick sauce is all over your mouth and your lips and and the smell. It was good though. Tasted great. It had a really good flavor. So I mean, I would eat it again. Honestly,
I'm just a pussy when it comes to spicy things, but I love spicy food.
I know, and that's the thing.
I love it, but I
love spicy food too. But I'm not great at it. I'm okay with some spicy stuff, but some stuff it's just like that ramen too much. But it was good though. It tasted awesome.
Give me spicy food without the consequences, and then I will be happy.
Exactly. I know I was watching this YouTube channel. And Adam Ragusa, I don't know if you've ever seen him or not. He's mostly like a cooking channel, but actually just today I was watching videos about his like spicy foods and like why some people can handle it more than others. And it really has nothing to do with like how tough you are. It actually has to do with like the way you were raised and the way that the food you ate when you grew up and also that kind of stuff. Because the more spicy things you eat, the more your tolerance builds. So it's kind of like in Princess Bride when he eats the poison a little bit at a time. Spoiler alert.
I've never seen the movie.
So You've never seen the movie?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Honestly, I haven't really seen it either. I just know certain parts of it, and that's one of them. Okay. So don't worry. Okay. I'm not offended that you haven't seen the movie. I honestly haven't either. I just know that one of them is one of the parts, which I don't know if it's a spoiler or not. He puts like 3 cups up, and then one of them has poison in it on both of them, or they, like he said, like 2 of them have poison, one doesn't. Pick wisely. Or whatever, and then they both have to drink, and then the one guy drinks it, then he drinks it, or no, I know it is. He puts 2 cups up. He said one of them has poison, one of them doesn't. You pick one, I'll drink the other. So then he picks it, drinks it, and he said, and then like the one guy dies. He's like, how did you know I would pick that one? He's like, I didn't. They both have poison in it, but he's used to the poison because he would give himself little bits at a time his whole life, so he's immune to it. So it's like that's like what it is like with spiciness. So if you give yourself a little bit of spiciness all the time, your tolerance will grow. So you can eat really spicy stuff and not be that affected by it. But like if you grew up in a normal, like a very average American household, you likely don't have that tolerance. Where if you grew up in like India or somewhere where they need to use spices, they use a lot of spices, your palate will be way more tolerable to heat. So that's like why if you're like, I can't handle spicy stuff, but somebody else can, because they probably ate way more when they were a kid. Whoa.
You heard it here, folks. You come for the entertainment, stay for the knowledge.
Stay for the facts.
Yeah.
The cold hard facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was interesting though, because I was like, I always was curious how that worked, and makes sense. It's kind of just like how you grow up, and take care of yourself and build immunity kind of in a way. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah. Oh, so when I was in England too, I went to this restaurant and they had a food challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have always wanted to do a food challenge. It's been kind of like a bucket list thing. I was like, I used to grow up watching the Man vs. Food things. So I watched those Man vs. Food all the time. I love that show. So it's like, I want to do a challenge. So this place like right down the street from where I was staying in London had a food challenge where it was like, you eat a hot dog, a burger, and fries with like this green chili stuff, and you get your meal free. So, I mean, you don't really get anything out of it besides that, but it was cool. So, and it was right down the street. So, I went there the first time to eat, and the food was good. So I was like, okay,
let's give it a whirl.
Yeah, let's do it. I can do this. So I went back the next time, and I was like, can I try your? Because I was like, there's got to be a catch, because you get 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Which for me is not that. It's plenty of time because I eat pretty fast. So I was like, okay, 10 minutes to eat 3 things: a burger, a hot dog, and some fries. I was like, that's not that hard.
Let's go.
I was like, that can't be hard. So I was like, there's got to be a catch. Like, there's got to be this green chili stuff must be really spicy or something. Yeah. So I was like, can I try it? So I tried it. It actually wasn't bad. So I was like, okay, what's the catch? I don't understand. So I get it, and it's a double cheeseburger, and it's topped with like actual chili with the green chilies in it.
Oh,
big burger. Big hot dog, like not a foot long, but like 8 to 10 inches of a hot dog, really big with chili covering it, and then a whole big giant basket of fries. It's like you can't see listening, but like imagine like a 10-inch pizza, but like make it deep and then fill that thing with fries, and then cover it with cheese and chili. That's what it was. And so that comes out, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, all right, so I have 10 minutes and I have to eat this all. So at first I was like, this is fine. Like it's a lot of food, but whatever. I can do that. No problem. So I'm like, I'm going to eat the burger first because I know it tastes the best probably. I can eat fries pretty quick. So I'm going to I did hot dog first and then burger and then fries. So I was like, hot dog, I hate hot dogs. So I was like, I'm going to,
disgusting.
They are just gross. They're just gross. And especially that one because it was covered in chili. Chili wasn't even very good. The rest of it was fine, but I ate the hot dog first. I was like, thank God, hot dog's out of the way. I still have 7 minutes left to go. If I just eat at this pace, I'm good. I'm going to have at least a minute left. No big deal. So I get to the burger, and it's a big burger, really big. So I'm like, oh my God. I was like starting to sweat a little bit because I was eating so much food, and it was kind of spicy. So I was like, this is not good.
Your sodium.
My sodium was getting really high, so I was starting to sweat. And so there was, I felt like a loser because I was sitting there by myself. But there was people next to me that were sitting also, and I was like, I'm gonna try the food challenge. Like I felt like a loser, but it was fine because I wasn't actually concerned about it. I was just like, I felt like from the outside looking in, they're like, man, this guy must be a loner. Like he has to go to a restaurant and do a food challenge by himself. But I started eating the burger, and it was actually pretty good. It was good. It went down no problem, and I finished that with about 5 minutes left. So it only took me about 2 minutes to eat the burger, And might I add, I had water next to it, so I was dipping the hot dog into water because it was so bad. I had to like where I would take a bite of the hot dog and drink water to like let it get down faster because it was like so the bread was like crisp. So I had to like soak the bread in water to be able to drink. It's like
the Joey Chestnut strat.
Yeah. It's like in The Office when he's like, Phyllis, dip your hot dogs in water so they slide down your gullet faster. Yeah. That was me. I used Michael Scott's advice to win this to do better in this challenge, like to give myself a better chance to win.
When in doubt, listen to
Michael Scott. He always knows. And so then I finished the burger. I had 5 minutes left. I was like, this is a piece of cake. People finish this with 4 minutes or like 6 minutes left. Yeah. So they finished it in 4 minutes. Like, I'm good. No problem. Fine. So then I moved to the fries, and I take my fork and get a bite out. I realized that it's 6 fries deep. So like it's about 8 to 10 inches like a radius. Oh. It's like your diameter. Like a pizza, and then like 5 to 6 fries deep. So it's deep. It's not just like a layer of fries. It's like a cast iron thing of fries. That's when I get a little worried because I'm sitting here thinking there is a thing of fries covered in chili, and I have 5 minutes left to go. Still, it's plenty of time. I'll be fine, but I got a little worried. And then I get about halfway through the fries, and I have 2 minutes left. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to finish this. I'm gonna have to pay like $40 for this meal that wasn't even that good. Like, oh my God. And so I start eating, and I drink water. I'm eating, and it was nasty. It was not a pleasurable experience at all. It was not pleasant.
You're in survival mode.
I was in survival mode. Literally, I got to a minute left, and there was probably a fourth of it left, if not less. Like, I was pretty close to finishing it. I was getting there, and the server came back with about a minute left, and she was like kind of standing there to make sure, like, not because she knew I wasn't going to cheat, but she was just like cheering me on kind of, and like, oh, you can do this, like, you got this. And the people next to me were like, oh, you can do it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like sweating and I'm drinking water. It was like I had 4 hands, like drinking water, eating, wiping my face off, like thanking everybody at the same time, like all at the same time. And so I even recorded myself doing this the whole time because I was like, I might as well. If I'm going to do it, I might as well record myself. Yeah, so I had a minute left or so, and I still had a decent amount of fries, but not a lot. And so I was like, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. But I was like, I got to keep eating. And so I had about 30 seconds left, and I was like, okay, I can take a breather. And then I was like, I had like 2 bites left. So I was like, okay, I'm fine. I'm doing good. I can just take a minute, like take a 2-second breath.
You can't take a minute.
I can take a 2-second breath and then just finish these fries out. And so I take one more bite, I get it, and then I have like 5 fries left. And I didn't have enough motor skills in I was so nervous because I was like on the clock. There was like 15 seconds left. And I was like, oh my God, because I had to have it in my mouth and swallowed by the time the time was over. So I was like, I couldn't get the fork to work. I was trying to like pick it up with the fork. I was like, oh my God, I can't get this. Like, it's not working. And so finally I just grab it with my hands, like shove my mouth. I'm like chewing like that's how fast my mouth was moving to try and chew it. And I swallowed it and it was like 0. And I opened my mouth. And I was like, done. Like literally on the 0 mark, like in the recording, you can see the moment it hit 0, I opened mouth and I was like, I'm done. I cannot tell you how like relieved I was, but how close I was to losing that. I was so cocky going into it because I was like, what is so hard about this? I don't understand.
All these guys are just chumps.
It's a burger, a hot dog, and fries. Like, that's easy. 10 minutes, I can do that in no time. I thought I was going to be able to do it in 6 minutes. Like, easy. Yeah. God, I was wrong. But I did it. And I can safely say I'll never have to do another challenge again. If I really wanted to, I could. But I never have to again. I did it. I succeeded. And I took a video, so I have proof forever. Yeah. And I just remember that feeling when I got home and wanted to puke my guts out because I was so full. But I didn't. I just went home and took a nap.
If you did, just remember, you could puke in pride.
Well, you know what? I still did the challenge because I didn't puke at the restaurant. So that means I win. Even if I did puke at home, it means I won.
This is a beautiful story.
Yeah, thank you. It was one of my shining moments being abroad.
Nothing that your life is basically complete. If you died right now, you could go out knowing.
I'd go knowing that I accomplished something.
A food challenge.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's just beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, it was an accomplishment, but it was something. Yep. I'm glad I took the video, that way I can have it. But yeah, it was kind of awkward making the video because there's people sitting next to me, so I felt kind of weird doing it. But I was like, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, who cares? Exactly. Yeah. Worst case scenario, they look at me a little weird, and I'm like, "What? What do you want, huh?" Yeah. Like, whatever. So yeah, that was fun though. It was a fun experience, and like I said, I'm glad I did it, so I can never have to do it again.
Exactly. my stomach hurted listening to you.
Your stomach hurted
because
you're too shy to eat a food challenge because your tummy will hurt too much.
When you're too shy to eat because tummy too small.
Tummy too small. You don't want to embarrass yourself.
I don't eat too good. So.
I don't eat too good. You could never, ever do a food challenge, ever. I mean, I don't think someone could give you $1 million. You still wouldn't be able to eat fast enough.
I'd be 9 minutes in, halfway through the burger.
You wouldn't even be halfway through the hot dog. You'd be like, you'd be like, guys, can I just end the challenge? You can take the burger and fries back. I'll just pay for the hot dog. Yeah. Because
I don't know why, but I just can't eat fast.
That's one of the. I know, and I try not to make fun of you, but I'm always like, dude, like you take so long. Like, and I don't care. It doesn't actually bother me, but it's just like crazy. Like I eat so fast, and I don't try to. I just do. So then seeing somebody that's the polar opposite of me is so just like it's probably weird for you to see how fast I eat.
Yeah,
it's weird for me to see.
I'm just trying to enjoy that you're already done.
It's just weird for me to see how.
I feel like a burden to people.
No, you're never a burden. But it's just funny because like that's how it is for me. It's like, man, it's so weird, but I'm sure it's the same way back. Like it's so weird for that I eat so fast. But it's so funny because I know we'll go out to eat at a Mexican restaurant and we'll have already gotten chips and salsa and have our meals, and then you're still finishing your chips and salsa and your meal's sitting there, and we're like done, and you're just like taking your first bite, and we're like, oh my god, here comes another 30 minutes. Like, it's fine, but like, here comes another 30 minutes. You're gonna be eating.
Sorry,
it's so
I just
funny.
like enjoying the meal and sitting in the moment and conversating with people. Sorry, some people like to enjoy that.
Well, I like to eat and then conversate. That's me.
Some people are built different.
They are. That's very true. Everyone has a different perspective on life.
Yeah.
As I'm taught in one of my classes I'm taking right now. That's like literally the entire class is that we have to just make a discussion and share our perspective on whatever the topics are. It's it's easy, but I don't like it because it makes me not want to do it because it's just one thing. It makes it like a pain to like have to do every week because I have to read. He wants us to read like 8 readings, watch like 5 videos, and then share a perspective on like 8 questions. So if he's listening ever, just know that I didn't read them all, or listen to them all, or watch all the videos. But I did listen and watch and read the ones that you asked for. So teacher that I'm not gonna name. If I don't even remember your name specifically, so I don't want to say it wrong. But I don't even watch all the stuff, but we have to like share our perspective, and it's kind of annoying because it's just like I've tried multiple times. I'm like, I don't know what he wants, because I'll say like, hey, this is where I grew up and this is why I think this, and he's like, no, share your perspective, not your opinion. I'm like, what more is my perspective besides saying like, this is why I think I feel this way because I was raised this way. I don't know
how else.
What more he wants from me?
What do you want?
Yeah, I know.
What do you want?
And he keeps like sending out emails like calling out the whole class like, clearly you don't understand how this works. You have to share your perspective, not just that you know what the material is. And I'm like, I don't know what he wants from me. I don't know. It's confusing. It's a little confusing, but I mean, that's what online college classes are. They're just confusing.
College is stupid, kids.
College is dumb. Don't go to college.
It's a waste of money.
Don't go to college unless you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or just those 2 things. That's about it. Pretty much.
You don't need to go to school for anything.
Just do your own thing. Go to whatever it's called, technical schools, like skill. What are they called?
Like trade schools.
Trade schools. Yeah, trade schools. Yeah, go to trade schools or go to community college. Start there, and then go from there because it's expensive, and you don't need to go to college, especially the first 2 years. Yeah. College. And the experience is fun, but it's not really worth that much money to.
It's not. This is kind of a joke, guys. The education is important, but don't feel bad if you can't handle it or don't want to move on to college because you're not missing out on much.
Everybody's path is different.
Yes, and always remember that.
Everybody can go their own way, and that's okay. Whatever you do you. Be happy. Do what makes you happy, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Unless you're killing people, don't do that.
That's not.
Or simping. Probably shouldn't simp.
Simping. That's for cucks.
Mm-hmm. Don't cuck. Yeah. Unless you're into that. Not gonna judge. Whatever.
But remember, whatever you do with life, the Hey Brah boys will always be proud of you.
Will always support you.
Yes.
Again, as long as you're not a murderer. Simper, it's situational, but we probably won't support you there either. Yeah. Or if you're like a neo-Nazi, we won't support that.
No, that's a no-go.
Or white supremacy in general. Or any hate crimes. But in general, most scenarios will support you. Yeah. If you think that most people would support you, we'll definitely support you.
We'll go with the crowd.
Yeah, we'll
judge other people's reactions.
Yeah, we'll judge each thing on a case-by-case basis. We're not making the statement that we will support everyone always, because that could be damning in court. So we will not say that. We'll just say that we will support you most likely as long as you are not being mean to other people.
Yes.
Or taking advantage of other people.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But that's our Hey Brah promise. That whole thing I just said, that's our promise.
Yeah.
Yep. It's eloquent. It's simple.
Just know we're here for you.
No, we're here for you. Yeah. We're here for you. Yeah. You got a problem? Hey Brah boys, we'll listen to you. We'll support you.
Just leave us a comment or send us an email or a DM or something.
Like this turned into like an ASMR. Yeah. Like just send us a comment. Just send us a comment. That's gonna be really loud on the podcast. I'll turn that down. Just do some typing and just send us a comment.
Yeah.
it's no big deal. Just whatever you need to do to get your point across, just send it on over.
Yeah, just remember that.
Okay, I'm done with the ASMR now, but
okay,
it just was kind of a bit, and I just noticed we were talking ASMR-like, and so I had to call it out.
We pushed that too far.
Yeah, we took it too far, and we ruined it. We ruined the joke, and yeah, it's just disappointing.
We're learning. We're new to this.
Yeah, we're getting the hang of it,
so just cut us some slack.
Yeah, give us a break, man. God, it's so hard to just start a podcast. You have no idea. No, not really. It's not that hard. Actually, don't want to make you think we're doing something that's like not actually doable. Any of you guys could start a podcast. Have something cool you want to do it. Make a podcast. Make a YouTube channel. Do whatever you want to do. I used to have a YouTube channel. If I would have had better internet, I would still be doing it now, but I didn't, and I'm bummed about it. I could be like Mr. Beast because I started when he did, but I'm not.
He stole all your ideas.
He stole my ideas because he was a gaming channel too when he first started. He was my age. I'm his age. Or I might even be older than he is by like a little bit. Ugh. Freaking internet. Small town internet. Oh, I'm so mad. Mad.
When will
Frontier learn
that your actions
have consequences? Yeah, we were just joking about that before the podcast started. So for us, that's a full circle. For you, it's just the one-off joke.
You don't understand.
For us, it's a full circle.
Maybe listen.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah.
Well,
do you have any last remarks you wanna make? Any last topics you wanna throw in there that you're thinking of off the top of your head before we wrap things up? We have as much time as you want. So is there anything else you can think of before we wrap things up for this second episode?
Not that I can think of topics wise, but events and news stuff, what's going on in the country with but going on a little bit of a more harsh topic with the racial equality in our country. We won't get in too deep on specifics, because
obviously if you live in America or live anywhere else that has news, you probably know what's going on, at least to a certain extent. And so it's definitely a pretty intense situation right now for everybody, but especially for those that are being oppressed. The minority groups, black people especially, are in a really bad position right now in a lot of ways, and so it's not a good place for America to be in right now, and for the world, but America especially. And we just wanted to express our sympathies and how we don't stand for that kind of stuff. We don't stand for those ideas, and we've fought family members over the racist ideas. We've been in marches to try and fight for our small towns, the people in our small town. Mm-hmm. We don't care about other people, how they feel about it. It's just, people should be treated with respect, and that's how it should be always. Yeah.
We're not here to preach.
Yeah, we don't want to go we don't want to go into a whole thing.
Yeah, because you're not here to hear.
Yeah, we're not a political channel. We're not a political podcast, but it's important enough that we have to bring it up because we can't ignore it and act like it's not happening because it's important.
I'll just finish off by saying, just educate yourself on the whole situation.
Yep.
Just know that make sure you're getting the right information. You're not hearing biased reports.
Exactly.
And
stuff. And with any situation from now and in the future, just always keep an open mind and be sure you're going into it as open as you can with everything, and not letting things sway you or influence you as much as you can.
And then with the whole situation, we'll have resources and petitions that you could sign. Yes, and we'll put links
in the description of this podcast to kind of like that goes along with all of the movements and everything going on right now. So we'll definitely, if you want to support the movement in any way, by all means, feel free to click the links and follow below.
Yeah. So I'd say this is a solid
number 2. I say it's a solid number 2.
A good,
not intentional. That was no pun intended. But it was a solid number 2. And thank you for listening.
Make sure to, if you're listening either on Spotify, SoundCloud,
Apple Podcasts, all the Instagram. YouTube, whatever.
Yeah.
Just feel free to make sure you follow us, subscribe for more. We'll be doing at least one episode a week, and possibly 2 or 3 at most, but probably 1 to 2 a week for the time being. We have plans in the future for some cool things coming up. We'll announce that more on our Instagram and Twitter, and the time being, look for things in the next week or 2. Yeah. But until then, we will have more episodes every week. So thanks for listening, and don't forget to follow and subscribe.
We will catch you on the next one.
We'll catch you on the flippity flip.
Word.
Word.